Hello, hello, welcome back.
Hello, everyone. I have a question. If you could learn a way to keep working on your goals, keep showing up for yourself, even after it all goes wrong, even after nothing is working out and you don't have any luck, would you take the time to learn about how to keep showing up? If you answered yes, you came to the right place. This is the Riveras, and today we're going to talk about resilience.
Resilience, all right.
So we've all been there, where we're working hard and nothing comes from it. And, a question is, how do people keep on going and not give up? And some sources estimate that only 8% of people achieve their goals, which means 92% give up or stop trying. So how can we be part of the 8% that keeps on going?
Good question.
The answer is simple, but it's not easy.
Welcome to the Luray Podcast, Baller on the Budget, the basics of household finance.
We're your hosts. I'm Rayana Rivera.
And this is Luis Rivera.
And before we get started on our financial adventure, we have a few things to go over.
This podcast is about how to budget, live below your means, accomplish your financial freedom, and how to better your life.
And a quick disclaimer, we are not financial advisors. This podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Yep, so we hope you enjoy this ride as we all better our lives.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about resilience today. And in case you're not too familiar with it, a great way to kind of jump in about it is all about adapting and doing what needs to be done to keep going. So, Louise, what's something you've done in the past that you've had to be a little bit resilient when you felt stuck or you were struggling?
So, there's so many things. But I feel like resilience is, like the ability to keep on going even when the going is hard, even when you're going through adversity and everything is working against you. So yeah, it's basically having the will of keep on going, and what we have gone through in the past. So many things. Like one that I can think of was when we had our auto body shop, and we were going through a lot of situations. We ended up with no employees at some point, and we had a whole lot of work, and I had to end up still working around 9 p.m. and it was cold and I was hungry, and I remember you were at home waiting for me, and I had still keep on going because I had work that I had to finish. So I had to have resilience and just keep on going even though it was not easy. So that's a I would say more like positive type of example, but there are more other situations like.
So could you explain what you did in those moments to help you keep going instead of just saying, I'm just going to call it a night, I'm going to go home? How did you kind of wrap your head around, well, I have to at least make it to finish this stage in the repair process or finish this task? Or
So in that situation, I would say it was easier for me, I guess, to being resilient because I had this factor called responsibility, and I had to be responsible to my clients, and had to be responsible with to myself because I know that I have to finish what I started, and I know I knew I had a agreement with my clients, and I had to finish the work and give the vehicles back to them at a certain time or date. So that helped me. But then we have had other situations like when we have started a new thing, like we started the real estate business, and then there is not much going on, and we still have bills coming in, we still have life happening, and as we all know, life is expensive, and so the factor there of money, that can get you real quick. And so then that part, then you have to basically you have to keep telling yourself to keep on going, to keep on moving, and what can you use to do that? Um,
That's
that
that's a really good
that's
point.
yeah,
And you know, I think to tie it back to that 8% of people achieve their goals. So, of course, we can go back to teaching, go back to the body shop, but we don't want to because we have goals of having eventually passive income, having our real estate business, being able to basically not have to clock in and work. So, yes, the money ties to it, but instead of us saying, well, this isn't working out, we'll just go back to our jobs, that's kind of helping in a way motivate us on the
yeah,
hard days. But I feel like that's probably also what makes it easy for people to give up or stop trying, at least for a while they're having to get their, ducks in an order.
you kind of have to have like a good set of goals, um, so that way that can keep on pushing you towards, like the goal that are currently going through,
Right.
which is make it through the stage in this new job, this new business, and what is going to be pushing me, the goals that I have, the long-term goals, for the future. We want to have freedom from working from 9 to 5 every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing I heard the other day, it was on Mel Robbins' podcast. I can't remember her guests, but the guest mentioned what really helps her is the rule of thirds, 1/3. So 1/3 of the time when you're going after a goal, it's going to be happy, everything's going great. Another 1/3 of the time, it's going to be whatever, leave it or take it or leave it. And then the last third is going to be pretty hard, pretty miserable, pretty depressed, pretty sad. Things aren't going right. And she said, you have to remember, it's in thirds. This feeling's going to pass, and I'm going to have my good moments again. And sometimes I'm going to have my moments, just average day. But I think that kind of lit something in me like, yes, on the hard days, remember there's going to be good days again.
Yep.
And
The moment will
the
pass.
moment will pass. Yeah, ride the wave. Me and my girlfriends always say that. Ride the wave. It'll pass.
Yeah.
Just get on the surfboard and ride the wave, and then you'll be okay after, and get ready for the next one. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting to kind of break it down like that. Of it's not always going to be super happy, sunshine, rainbows. There's going to be some average, and there's going to be some bad days. So I think that's a great way to remember to help you towards your resilience mindset as well.
Yeah, and so I know that a lot of people can relate. I know there's a lot of people out there starting their own business and making that move from being employee to self-employed. And it is frightening when you start something and then things are not working out the way you thought they were gonna work out. Because in first place, you jump into that business thinking that everything was gonna be good. Otherwise, you would have
Right.
jumped into that. And then you end up finding out that, oh my God, this is crazy. Like I'm going through so much, and I don't see the end. So there is when you have to build resilience, and there's a whole lot of things that you can do to help with that. And the one that I have found very effective for me is to listen to others that have already done it and to hear their stories. Usually they tell you the stories when they started and they actually went through the crazy parts, and for a long time it seemed like nothing was happening, and then eventually they make the move, and the company was doing better. So by listening to them and learning from them, I can keep telling my mind, hey, this is gonna get better. This is not what it's gonna be like for the rest of my life. At some point
Yeah.
we're gonna make
It's
the breakthrough and
Right.
be on the other side.
And
Yeah.
I think it's hard because, you know, we want that instant gratification. But yeah, we just have to, you know, believe that it's going to happen and keep working towards it. You know, we can't just sleep the day away and expect something to happen while we're sleeping. Well, not yet. Eventually, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
But I also think too, being a little bit delusional.
Crazy. You have to be crazy.
You have to be kind of crazy. You have to be a little delusional of just like overly positive of like, oh, it's going to be great. I'm going to make X amount of money. I'm going to get this many clients. I'm going to lose this much weight because I'm going to do this. And not that alone. You can't just have those grand thoughts and, you know, silly delusions. You have to act on them and put in
Yeah.
steps to achieve those. But
Yep.
you have to also, you know, believe it. The phrase "fake it till you make it." I mean, you say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great year. I'm gonna sell
You have to believe
15
in
homes."
yourself.
Yeah, you have to believe in yourself.
You have to believe in yourself, and that you have to work on getting a strong self-esteem, so that way, when the times of doubt come, you can keep on going. This reminds me, one of my good friends, he we went to school, right? And there was a time when I had to like go to a different place, and he went to high school, and there was a point that he wanted to continue to go to college. So his parents, they were very poor, and they actually needed his help at home, like he could do the work, and so, to keep surviving. So he told his parents that he wanted to go to college. His parents told him, no, you can't. We actually need you here. You need to work with your dad, and that's how it's going to happen. And he was like, no, I want to go to college. I need something better than this. And they got mad. They actually told him that if he actually decided to go to college, that they were going to kick him out of the house, which was crazy. So, and this goes to what you're saying, like you have to be a little bit crazy and have some crazy thoughts, for the future. So my friend, he said that he was really sad that was happening, because instead of having support, he got his wings cut off, and but he still wanted to keep on going. So he was like, well, it's either, like they kick me out, I go to college, or I just stay here, and then maybe in 10, 20 years, I'll be crying because I don't like my miserable life or whatever. So he decided to go to college. And he said that the first day that he went to college, he came back home and his parents told him, we talked about this and you decided to go to college. We need you to grab all your stuff and get out of this house. Let's see what you're going to do. It's going to be your problem, but you're out of here.
I thought you were going to go a different way with that.
Wow. He actually got kicked out, and he said that he, went to some friends, asked for help. But hey, I got kicked out, and can I stay over here? And he did it that way. And I remember one of my sisters telling me this one time when I was talking to her, and I was like, hey, have you seen my friend so and so? And she was like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. He's kind of odd, like he rides a bicycle to college and he's wearing flip-flops and shorts. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of crazy. But I mean, not knowing what he was going through. And he was going through a lot of things, but the desire to accomplish that goal of going to college and finish college and getting a degree, he didn't care that I had to go through all those things. He actually ended up graduating. He got a degree, and I think in business, and he is doing really good now. He is one of the corporate executives.
Wow.
And yeah, he's at the very top, and he's doing really good financially, and he is the one that is doing like the best out of his entire family. And luckily his little brothers, like they follow his steps too. But yeah, sometimes you have to have some crazy goals,
even without support.
Yeah, even without support, and that's what you need.
Yeah.
When you're trying to like make a move, you have to be a little crazy, because there's gonna be a lot of things. There's gonna be like money problems. Your family may not accept what you're trying to do. Your friends may think that you're crazy, that, like, what is it that you're doing? They may laugh. They may think that you're not the appropriate person for that you don't have what it takes to get whatever you're going after. Um, so you have to be a little bit crazy to believe that you actually can make it and work on yourself so that way you can build that self-esteem and self-push, that resilience.
Wow. That
Yeah.
was an awesome story. I'm curious what, his parents said after he graduated and all that, if they kind of
I haven't
got
asked
over
him, but I'm
yeah.
sure that just like any other parents, they're probably proud of him that he
Yeah.
actually did it. Sometimes we cannot see what could happen until somebody else show us what can happen. Yeah.
The fear of you of like, well, you might not
Yeah.
make it. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
Might have taken over them, or the fear of how will we,
Yeah.
make it through.
Maybe after that experience, they actually advised, their youngest kids, you have to go to college.
Yeah.
So who knows? I haven't asked that, but yeah, you have to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we all can have a friend out there, that either a friend or a colleague, someone we went to school with, a cousin, somebody that's had to deal with resilience and overcome things even after it gets rough. And it can get rough. I feel like, we've been blessed. We haven't hit rock bottom, but we've had some things where we've had to reevaluate, start again, and
And if it happens, we're gonna ride it till the end.
the only way, when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go
Yeah.
is up.
Is up. That's the beauty of it.
So
Nobody wants to hit rock bottom, but
sometimes
Yeah.
it's a fresh start in a way,
Yep.
That's what they say, what the phoenix rise from the ashes. Your old you dies and the new you is born again.
so what are the things that you do to like cope with those situations?
Yeah, I probably do a lot of different things. One thing that comes to the top of my mind is, music. I love music. I know you love music. Our son loves music. Sometimes I just put on some show tunes, some musical songs when I'm driving and just belt out, sing along with them. For me, what's really cool about songs with musicals from the movies or play, when you're hearing them, you can kind of see, and it takes you kind of a little dreamland or a little escape from your current reality to just be like, oh, I can't stop thinking about that test I got to pass for my certificate, or oh, I don't know how I'm going to, pay that bill this month, whatever. It kind of helps escape, take you away to then come back and be like, oh, it's okay. I'm going to be okay, So I feel like music helps me a lot. And other things is just, talking with people, talking with my husband, talking with my mom, talking with my girlfriends, and not only like venting and talking negative, but just talking, hey, I'm feeling kind of down today. Nothing's happening. And, everyone always has a nice positive thing to say, right? Like, who doesn't want to motivate? Keep going. You've got this. You've worked hard. It's going to happen. And, being resilient, you got to keep telling yourself that over and over. So then you have to also know, okay, I can't tell myself that today. Who can tell me that? And I'll go, hey babe, I need some motivation. Or I'll just kind of say I'm feeling down or whatever. And same with, friends or my mom. And they kind of help because you need that.
I kind of do the same thing. And for almost about a decade, I've been doing the same thing. And basically, what I do is, and before that, I gotta say, I've been blessed that the job that I have had almost all my life has allowed me to do multitasking. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So I can work with my hands, and at the same time, I can listen to music, headphones, whatever, and it doesn't affect what I've been doing. So for a long time, like I have always had my headphones, and what I've done is similar to what you do. Call your friends and see who can give you a good word of empathy or motivation. I actually listen to motivational talks. I listen to podcasts. People that are going through the same thing. I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, people that are going through the same things that we're going and that we're going through. And so that way I can hear that motivation and listen to their struggles. Overcame those problems and all that, and that helps me. Because then I can see that if somebody else did it and they were kind of like in the same situation that I am, that I can do it too. So it's like a little reinforcement, and that is a good strategy for whoever, let's say, is kind of like afraid to ask friends or family. I mean, you're not afraid of that, but some people like me, like I'm kind of like afraid to like approach my family or friends and be like, hey, I'm going through something. Can you give me, a word of inspiration? I'm not like that, but I do listen to my gurus, the people I follow. Yeah.
Okay. Something you said stuck with me when you said watching what other people, seeing other people have done it before, and I think that's also part of the delusion that you kind of have to have is like, hey, well, so and so's done it before. All these millionaires have houses out in California beaches. Why can't I? I can. They've done it. People have done it. Who's to say I can't? Who's to say we can't? So that was cool. I wanted to add to you mentioning that people have done it before.
I feel like being resilient is like the way to go. Like we have to learn and see what others are doing so that way we can accomplish what we're trying to do. And so, yeah, this is what we had to talk about in this episode, and we are excited that we were able to talk about this. And I mean, this is one of the things that we have to do, like just keep on providing information to you guys, things that we are doing and what we believe that works for us. Just one thing to remember, like we all go through situations, we all go through problems, and the problems come and go. Like life is just one long thing that we have to live, and in life you will have many problems and many good things. So we just got to remember, bad things come and go. The storm comes, but the storm doesn't come to stay. It comes to pass. So we just got to remember that and just keep on going.
Yeah, so today we talked about, only 8% of people actually achieve their goals, and one way that we can be part of that 8% is to be resilient and have a resilient mindset. And some of the strategies we talked about for being resilient or more resilient is finding ways to cope when you're feeling down, reach out to friends, listen to motivational speeches, listen to music, do stuff you love, hobbies, and how to keep going. Sometimes sharing with others helps you say, this is why I'm doing it, having your why. And another thing would be to just be a little delusional, be a little crazy, and say, these people have done it, why can't I? I'm going to do this, I'm going to be great, I'm going to accomplish all my goals. And back that up with a list with what you're going to actually do, not just a blanket. I'm going to do amazing. But how? How are you going to show up for yourself every day? And knowing when to ask for help. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this podcast, we'd appreciate it if you came back, listened again, and don't forget, share it to someone that's really awesome at being resilient. Share it to your friends out there if they might need a little nudge here and there about reminding them to keep going, be resilient. You got this. You've got goals. Let's crush them together. So we're the Riveras, and thanks for tuning in.
Yep. And until next time, go out there and better your life.